So once again, let me just welcome you here today. Thank you for arriving online and in person. I'm so glad that you're here and I'm happy to see you. Um, our message for today is actually going to be a series of practices. And I wanted to do this because of feeling aware that there's just a lot going on, as I think there always is in our personal lives and in our world. And it seems like this is a good place to practice recentering ourselves and learning how to adapt and respond to those things so that we can turn to them and face them and have an appropriate response. And I also am hoping that there's something in here that you can perhaps take home with you in your pocket to try out when you feel yourself losing your balance out in the world. Practices that can help you meet the moment without resistance, or notice the resistance when it's present. It's like this right now. Resistance. With an intention to respond both with agency and compassion, rather than either getting stuck in unhelpful and harmful states or shutting down in overwhelm. So, whether what you are feeling is some sense of personal injury or moral injury, many of us are feeling something. And if we're not feeling something, we may be feeling numb, and that too is something. Whatever it is real and deserves to be acknowledged, integrated, and metabolized. At any point today, my voice may go soft, and that happens when I'm trying to be mellow. And so I invite you to raise your hand if you're having trouble hearing me, and Juxta will do their best to adjust my volume. I know that sometimes I can forget that I can care for and respond to my own needs, what's arising in my body as a result of what's going on in my life and in the world. And so I thought perhaps maybe this happens to other people as well. And I may sometimes have a hidden belief that stopping and caring for myself is selfish or unnecessary or too fluffy, while there's actual work to be done in the world. But I want to assure you this is not only necessary, but it ensures a resilience to endure with some measure of equanimity and skillfulness. And it's often not really all that complicated or time-consuming either, but simply takes noticing when we're wobbly or falling or have fallen, and when we need to do something to help us get back up. And the need for this is really nothing new. Way back in the 12th century and even beyond that, this was the state of affairs. Zen master Dogen in 12th century fascicle called Instructions to the Cook wrote, "Our minds go racing about like horses, running wild in the fields, while our emotions remain unmanageable, like monkeys swinging in the trees. If only we would step back and carefully reflect on this horse and monkey, our lives would naturally become more one with our work. Doing so is the means whereby we turn things, even while simultaneously being turned by them." So I'd like to invite us all to collectively step back and reflect on the horse and monkey of our mind and our emotions today. And we'll do this in 3 parts. The first will be a grounding and centering practice. Next, we will bear witness to our experience as it is, and then we'll do a bit of recollecting so that we can go forth. These practices are rooted somewhat in Buddhism, but also in Joanna Macy's work that reconnects, and in Qigong, and probably many, many other things. So I'd like to invite you to find a comfortable position in your chair, upright if possible, perhaps your feet grounded on the floor. You might like to lower your gaze. You could close your eyes if you like. But if you're prone to sleepiness, you might like to keep them somewhat open. I might have a room of sleepers by the end of this. But it's important to feel safe and comfortable. So if your body tells you you need something different than my prompt, please follow that. And let my voice become background sound. I invite you to bring your attention to your breath while you take a few deep, slow breaths. Perhaps inviting yourself to relax into your exhale. Do you notice a little gap after your exhale? Lengthening and relaxing our exhale is calming for our nervous systems. Now return to your natural breath. Invite a gentle sense of curiosity as you simply observe it. Is it slow? Fast? Short? Long? Jagged? Smooth? Altered in some way by your awareness of it. If words get in the way, let go of them and just feel into the sensation of breathing. There's no need to intentionally change your breath toward how you'd prefer it to be, or how you think it might, how it should be. Just observe the miracle of this breath in your body as it is, with the utmost of care. When you are ready, I invite you to bring awareness to parts of the body where we tend to hold tension. First, bring awareness to the space between your eyebrows and invite relaxation there. Next, notice any tension in your jaw right now and invite it to lower and loosen. Now, move your attention to your shoulders and arms. You may wish to first raise your shoulders and then let them drop on an exhale, inviting them to release. Notice any tension in your belly, your hips, and your back. If you notice further tension or anxiety or fear in your body, you may wish to just shake your hands or your arms a bit and invite that to move. Eventually coming back into stillness. I invite you to feel your weight and the sense of gravity in your sits bones and in your feet. Invite your body and mind to relax into this sense of gravity and uprightness. A sense of being held to and belonging to our earth. Notice with gentle curiosity any other sensations that are present in your body, as well as any preferences or judgments that arise along with your awareness of sensation. Perhaps resistance to what you notice, or resistance to or impatience with this very practice. This is here too. This is welcome. This is what is alive in my body and mind at this moment. Next, a practice of bearing witness. I invite you again to lower your gaze or keep it lowered or close your eyes if you wish. And reflect now upon sources of stress or concern that are alive for you in your life. It may be personal stress related to health, relationships, or finances. Maybe it's related to the polycrisis in our world. Injustice, corruption, harm, war, climate disruption, loss of habitat and species, AI angst. Take stock of what feels alive for you right now. With courage and curiosity, can you turn toward this stress or concern? What feelings accompany your awareness of this stress or concern? Or perhaps you feel numb. You may feel guilt or shame for having feelings you don't want. At any point, if you're not able to bear what you witness, don't force it. Simply return to grounding in your body or in a grounding resource with as much curiosity and care as you can muster. Or shake it off. Next, we will give voice to the reality of what we carry. We will do this all together. I will offer 3 open-ended prompts. And I invite you to speak your answer into the collective hum of our sanctuary. If you feel too vulnerable or shy, you can whisper or speak silently to yourself. There's no wrong way. But speaking out loud is sometimes very healing. So I invite you to finish these 3 sentences. 1. When I consider my life and the world today, what breaks my heart is. 2. This is where your fierce energy gets to speak. What makes me angry about what is happening to our communities and our planet is. Three, the reason I care enough to feel this pain is because I love. What do you love? Our pain is a representation of our love, and so we need to feel and process it so that we can continue to act from the place of love. So to close this practice, I invite you to take one deep collective breath together, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth with a little sigh. You may also wish to shake your hands or your arms a bit, if that feels good for you, as a way of releasing and shaking off anything that's heavy or challenging. If you've never done that before, I encourage you to just give it a whirl. Now, I invite you to look around the room and our Zoom room online and notice the feeling of our shared truth. Notice what it feels like to know that we don't carry the weight of the world alone. We're not alone in our pain. Finally, we will recollect so that we can feel reassembled for leaving and going forth into the world. As you are able, turn your palms upward. As you look into them, imagine you are supported by an ancient lineage of ancestors behind you and all the future generations looking back at you from ahead. You are the living bridge between them. You are the living bridge between heaven and earth, between possibility and reality, between aspiration and action. While holding this image, consider for a moment, what is your deepest intention? What is my deepest intention? And simply name it to yourself. Is there a specific gift or quality or action you would also like to carry forth today? Now, without speaking, physically send that commitment into our shared space with your hands or with your imagination. And then finally, let's just take one more deep breath together. Thank you. Here's a poem. A human life can be whole inside an unrepaired world. Not comfortable, not untroubled, not spared. Whole. Present to what is actually happening and still capable of love and action. This is a recent poem by Roshi Joan Halifax. So together we have practiced grounding, bearing witness, and recollecting ourselves, that we may begin again. It is my deepest hope that something that we practiced here together today is helpful to you in processing what you are feeling so that you can be present for what is actually happening and still capable of love and action. May your life naturally become one with your work. May you turn things and be turned by them. Thank you.